Okay, this is Dexter754, and let's play some Heretic. And E1M2, the dungeons. And yeah, it's a little bit off to a hectic start. So we got undead warriors and all folks, folks around here. Yeah, my English is not working today, I suppose. It wouldn't be the first time. Oh geez. And there we can actually we can like barely see it, but there's actually one of the coolest weapons in this game can be found from there, but we have to wait for that. Alright, where's that, this thing? Oh. So, and this is the first secret, which allows us to, surprise these undead warriors. The reason you want to take this route is because those guys are actually behind a masked wall. So they are there and they can, throw those, ethereal axes at you through that masked wall and you can't see them. So it can be a little bit difficult to deal with them. But then at the same time it's a little bit of a more giveaway also that there might be a secret. And let's get that torch. We might actually use it at some point because there are some pretty dark sections to be found from this map. Let's get the arrows, however. I'm just gonna turn down the music because for whatever reason, like, this particular music track is very loud. I don't know what it is. And let's be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this particular music track. It's probably my least favorite Heretic song. But apart from, this music track, this game has some pretty awesome tunes in it. And some of them have actually made their way into some of the more or less, oh my goodness, known Doom WADs as well. Probably like one of the most known would obviously be Alien Vendetta. I don't want to use that Tome of Power just yet. I want to use it like when there are even more enemies. And trust me, this map actually has plenty of enemies, given the fact that it's only the second map. It's like 153. Oh, and here it is. A dragon claw, and I was almost crushed by that thing. And you don't want to get under that because, well, it's a crusher. So that's not a very good start, but it's the type of crusher that it will, once you are under it and it gets you, it will just basically, it's one of those silent / slow crushers that it will just kill you. So stay away from it. And Axio, use Dragon Claw. Oh wait, this isn't a Pokemon game? But for those who don't know, Dragon Claw is a dragon type move in a Pokemon game. Or actually various Pokemon games. And I personally learned this a couple months back when I played the first Pokemon game ever. Or Jesus. And that's the secret, by the way. I played a Pokemon game for the first time in my life. And trust me, I am still 30 plus years old, so I guess it's never too late. So I played Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2, and I can tell you that those were some pretty amazing games. And yeah, since I also had one Dragon-type Pokemon who actually had Dragon Claw as one of his moves. But it's not quite the same Dragon Claw that we have here. But yeah, it's a funny little backstory. And yeah, Pokemon games are great. Alright, let's use that Tome of Power now. And let's get this secret. Alright, and let's get these really quickly. Time bombs of the ancients and that map scroll. And now we have to get back on track really fast and deal with these, you know, dudes. Jesus, out of the way. And yeah, those things are, by the way, which I just destroyed, are kind of like little bit barrels of Heretic in a way. But this area fortunately has the green key in it. And let's use some time bombs, shall we? And down they went. And that's another crusher, so better stay out of its way. And this is just like another fancy way of entering that room, so no real difference there. And a quartz flask is one of those items that you actually use. So it is basically, I would say, a little bit like... it works pretty much the same way as, I would say, a portable medkit does in Duke Nukem 3D. But with the exception that it will give you always 25 health when you use a quartz flask. And let's see, also we have Shadow Sphere. Shadow Sphere is basically one of those type of items that it's basically partial invisibility. So it does pretty much the same thing as it does here, as it doesn't do. So, and I think it might, if I'm not like completely mistaken, I think it might actually allow you to even like be immune to a certain type of attacks. Although I'm not like really sure on that. But yeah, these are Wings of Wrath, so we can fly in this game. And I'm probably going to be demonstrating that shortly. But in the meanwhile, we can, you know, deal with these mummies and send them running back to their mummies, just like you know, President Ackerman said in Red Alert 3. Although he was talking about a little bit different things, but you know, still. Alright. Oh jeez. And now I think this is our time to use Wings of Wrath. So let's fly. And it's basically like so that you can fly for a certain period of time. So all of these items are so that they last for a certain period of time. I'm probably gonna save that Tome of Power to the next map, so. And yeah. I think we could actually use some time bombs soon. Because I think they're oh, I'm not gonna use it yet. Because I think there was this one horde of enemies, I think, which would be... Oh, and of course we have to use Dragon Claw too, just to demonstrate how awesome this is. So it's a rapid-fire weapon, and it works out pretty much like the chain gun does it do. And I think... Yes, that is Time Bomb of the Ancients. But you gotta always start out from somewhere. Alright. Oh, we have all the secrets already, and I have all the keys. But I do have some kills to get. I highly doubt these are the last enemies of the map, because I have the kind of feeling that, you know, there are still enemies remaining beyond this area. If I could only see something, that is. Yes. So I probably missed something. Let's see. Oh yes, I know where it is, because there was this one ethereal crossbow that I didn't pick up, which would be... where's that? I think it's over here, actually. Yes, here it is. I think now would be a right time to use that torch. So it's medieval night vision goggles. Yeah, my metaphors are great. Just die. And it's funny how this whole area is just connected, like... And with that, we're all done, so... yeah, we're leaving. That's how we beat the dungeons. Yes. Jesus, so many enemies, 153, that's, well, not exactly twice, but quite close, almost twice as much enemies compared to Doom's E1M2. So, Nuclear Plane has 79 monsters, this map has 153. So, there's quite a difference there. But at the same time, you have to remember that, you know, these are two very different games, and, you know, this game doesn't have hit scanners in it, like Doom has, so all of the enemies are just, you know, throwing some, you know, projectiles at you and stuff. So you kind of like have to come up with a different game plan to, you know, present an interesting level of difficulty, but still this map remains mostly on the easy side. So plenty of goodies introduced in here, such as Dragon Claw, which is one of the key weapons in this game. And we're gonna be using it quite a lot in this episode, I presume. And also we got Time Bombs of the Ancients, and Wings of Wrath, Map Scroll, and plenty of secrets too, 7 secrets. But unfortunately, Wings of Wrath, I think it's one of those items that it does not actually carry over to the next map. So it's like, let's assume that you have like 2 Wings of Wrath in your inventory. So let's assume that you use one and then you exit the map, but you just lose the items anyway. So there are certain items that you can't keep when you go to the next map. And I believe Wings of Wrath is one of them. But about this map, nothing like terribly difficult, because you get a Tome of Power in this one, so Tome of Power is pretty decent, and it makes short work of these type of hordes that we saw here, so regardless of the weapon that you use, of course I could have probably used more Dragon Claw, you know, or show its, you know, special function when it's under the spell of, you know, or spell or whatever, you know, when you use Tome of Power, basically. The secondary fire function, but, you know, you get to see that later on. But this map, more on the easy side, very well connected as well. So it's like, there's just like tons of these loops being formed everywhere, so it's like, it's almost as if like, regardless of where you are, you can almost like go across the map through these various tiny hallways that can be opened as you progress through the map and stuff. So it's very well connected, easy and a fun map. But with that, I think we're all done. So then we're gonna move on to the next map, which would be the Gatehouse. And of course, I forgot to show in the previous video that we also have the similar kind of, you know, story progression as we have in Doom. So we have this kind of a map, and, you know, but it's a little bit more medieval kind of a map that, you know, we have here instead of having that, you know, high-tech map that we have in Doom. But yeah, with that we're all done, so I hope you have enjoyed this. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you around.